everyone. I'm excited to announce that I just sold my first product. I am a small town business, and this right here is my sales and tax permit. I promise that this isn't going to be a typical small town business video. It will be a bit different, but I think that you're going to find this very interesting. So it's very hard to maneuver in the real world. You know, it's hard to make money. Ideally, you work a 9 to 5, but there are side hustles, and it's hard to figure out which one works and which ones don't, and which ones are just shit. And in this video, what I want to do is I kind of want to give you a handbook of, I guess, the side hustle that I attempted, which was flipping. I've tried a few and I've done a few different businesses, but this is a story about me trying to enter in the flipping industry, buying product, holding it for a little while, and listing it for sale. So with that, this is a terrible business. The flipping business in general, it is a lot of work, and you do not want to be this girl because what she is selling is, clothes. It takes a lot of clothes to make a profit. You know, you don't want to be doing something that has low margin. So I wanted to stay away from, clothes. I wanted to stay away from base, commodities. I wanted something that was a bit expensive to get into, but had really great margin. So with that, I did not get into furniture. I know that's probably what you're thinking as I went into flipping furniture, but I did not. So this is not one of those TikTok videos. What I did end up buying was a little bit weirder. This right here is a CVAP machine. Okay. This is focused in the restaurant industry, but basically the way that I kind of went about this. So I went to GovDeals, right? This is a website that I found through, I guess, my TikTok algorithm or whatever, but they were kind of talking about it as a government auction website. And I kind of wanted to create an account and bid on a few auctions and see if I can go about it. So just to kind of give anybody a little bit of headway about before you try to go about doing this, you are limited in the amount of things that you can buy. So I figured that out a little bit late after the auction already started, because the auction was a good amount of equipment once I was able to find one. It took a little bit to find one, but I found one in San Antonio, which was not that far from me. So I decided to go after this. Basically, it was a school that was retiring equipment, and I just kind of bid on some of the equipment. But with that, the thing to note is that if you do create an account on here, and if you do try to go to an auction and bid on it, if it is a new account and if you haven't actually purchased anything before, you're only going to be limited to 3 items. And if you don't pick them up, then you're banned and you can't keep doing it. So just to kind of give you an idea, there are rules. Look into it, do a little bit of research. Don't just jump into it. But with that, how did the whole endeavor go? And I created a few videos to kind of talk about it and show it. So I'll just kind of jump over to that. So this right here is the start. This is me on the way to San Antonio to go pick up the stuff. The first time I've ever tried anything like this. It's a new endeavor, and I have no idea what I'm getting into, just to give you a little bit of an understanding of what this video entails. So I'm currently on the way to San Antonio to go visit San Antonio ISD to go pick up all the auction items that I won from government bids or government auction. Well, I don't know, whatever the site's called. Anyway, the whole setup right now is looking a little nasty. I got files and documentations, pickup forms on the right. I got food, Chick-fil-A, and then I got a bag. I'm not looking to stay that long. Ideally, the first stop is going to be going to the U-Haul place because I don't own a trailer and I don't. This was a good idea. Okay, if you're trying to get into reselling and stuff, I think that you need a fair bit of money from the approach that I took and kind of what I learned. I think that you're going to want like a fair few amount of thousands of dollars to kind of get into it. But for just getting into it, you don't need all the equipment. I don't need a trailer. I was able to rent one from our U-Haul and it works just fine. But just kind of put that in the equation, especially if you're just starting out in a flipping thing, because you don't want to buy equipment like a trailer or other things that you're not going to need unless you really need it. So try to find the renting route for equipment. It's much better at the start. Care to. Ideally, I think that there is like $200 that I will spend on a trailer, but then I get to just drop it off and so be it. I think I have enough margin on these items. I spent $1,400 on everything that I purchased, and a rough estimate of value is $9,000 to $12,000 going into it. Okay, that is extremely optimistic. I have high hopes and expectations for what is this lot. I am so gonna get humbled. It ends up being nothing near $10,000 in revenue from, I guess, this lot, and we'll kind of talk about this more and what has sold, what hasn't, and kind of the whole state. But yeah. I haven't actually acquired the items, so I haven't tested them. This is due to fluctuation. So the price could change. It could be like I net 6, but still $200 out of. So anyway, I'll stop it here, but the whole premise is I spent about $1,400 on all the equipment. I bought about 4 pieces of equipment from this government auction, and I was able to go to San Antonio and pick it up. This is on the return back, just to kind of give you something. This is a quick overview of just like where the stuff is at. I did notice that there are a few issues just right out the bat. It does look in relatively okay condition. So those two are the CVAP machines, and they're working well. Whenever I got one of the cords was spliced, so that I had to actually buy a new cord, which is about $4 or whatever, and I just kind of connected a new outlet to the cord myself. But the other one works perfectly fine, and yeah, those were the two actually good pieces in what is being shown. Like I said, I did buy this one because I saw that it had stickers, but these are all in school, so I figure they all do. But I guess, anyway, so I got number 6, number 5. These are both like heaters. Let's see if I can open one, kind of peer in there. But yeah, you just have racks, and maybe I need to buy the racks for it too, and kind of make it a set, or I don't know how to go about it. But yeah, that's not my biggest issue right now. What is that? Okay, Andrew, how was it? It was hard. It was a pain in the ass. We got everything. Which one would you say was the hardest?
Probably this one.
This one? This one was the hardest. It was on the back of the truck, and we didn't realize that there was a radiator at the bottom. Stuff breaks your back. I don't know if you know how heavy this is, but a milk mixer is not light. Bottom. Oh, okay, good. The lights turned all back on. Okay, before we go, I want to test this one. This is the last one, because this one I think is money too. And that one I actually had really high hopes for. This is a different type of steamer. It's a really expensive one, but there ended up being a lot of problems with it, so I dropped it off to get serviced. It's going to take about $2,000 to get serviced, so I don't know if it's worth it. So I don't know. I haven't done anything with this one. There's an outlet or a extension cord. We just tested this CVAP. This one works. So we have one that works. This one's still spliced. And then the milk mix. I won't take it too long because I know these videos get drawn out. But the whole premise that I'm just trying to share is that, well, how did this all go? How did government deals actually end up? So as it all stands, I was able to sell the 2 CVAP machines after sitting on it for 4 months. Okay, I bought each of the CVAP machines for $400 from government deals. Okay, I bought 2 other pieces of equipment. I bought one for $30, which was the milk mixer, and then the other one I bought for $400, which is the one that is not working, that needs to be serviced. Okay, so in total it was about $1,400 in expenses for just the equipment. Then you have to take on the U-Haul, which was another $200, and then all the other drag that is involved. You got 6-hour trips, from 3 hours going up to San Antonio, 3 hours back. You got, trying to bullshit with people on Facebook Marketplace and all the other headaches that are involved in this. So practically, what I'm just trying to say is at the end of the day, did I make money? I made about $1,500 off of what was this endeavor, but is a whole day and all the headache that this all took and 4 months of sitting on it, was it worth that? I don't know. I don't think so. I think if I did it at scale, and then maybe if I bought more, it would be worth it because I can kind of trickle it out and continue it. But ideally, what I focused on, and this is really where I think that the approach that I did with government deals is much better than what I was trying to share and show with either furniture or all these other items. The whole idea is you're trying to find margin, And for every bit of equipment, all I knew is I had to sell two to make a profit. Okay. Well, thankfully, I sold two. I made a profit by the skin of my teeth, but it's not sustainable. It's not what I would, want to be doing. I don't want to continue to pick up auction stuff all the time. I might do it on occasion, but it's because I have the storage space, so it kind of makes sense. But with that, what I will do in this video with is I'll share my actual application, because this is where the real magic is. The reason why a lot of what I'm doing is capable and possible is because I have been strategic and how I have been organizing and preparing. The biggest thing is I've been focusing on building out my own e-commerce application. So, hey, please check out some of these items like this one. I would really appreciate it if someone would buy this boat. But I have a bunch of other little stuff, and I'll ship it to you. If you live in the United States, we will, handle it and service it. And but the whole idea is that with this, I have these items, and they are on my own application. Okay, from this application, this is a management zone that can basically send off to eBay, or it can send off to Facebook Marketplace, and it can manage the actual pricing, the reduction of the pricing, and everything that's involved with running an e-commerce site. So this is the hard thing that a lot of people are not able to do, but I am, and it's because I am a software developer by trade. But I can basically, specifically go about making every single workflow and everything, from scratch to fit, what is my career. So whenever it comes to e-commerce, I build out something from the experience that I have running e-commerce businesses, as I have ran e-commerce businesses, but also just from someone who has a bunch of junk. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of junk, and they would like to sell it, and it's very difficult to sell, and it's hard to sell. But the way that I've went about it is I've given it to an agent to kind of be able to work through, and it just kind of manages the listing, moves it around until it sells, and eventually things are selling. So this is only the first sale of, what is Pirate's Bargain, but it was a pretty good sale. It provided $3,000 in what is funding for a startup that is currently starting. But with that, all I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to show you through my own experience. This is all trial and error. I don't know what's going to work or what isn't. I just am trying new things. And throughout my life, just through the attempt of trying, I've been able to learn so much. And through that insight, I've been able to build businesses and kind of direct my career. And all I'm trying to do is kind of show you how I went about it and the way I think. And hopefully, if you attempt something similar, you can think and prioritize what is needed for you to be successful, because it's so easy to get lost in the woods. And a lot of this stuff, like, it's TikTok cringe and how they are trying to present it, and it's not real. And what I'm doing here, like, this is all real. This is all built in-house. Everything I'm doing here, from the ship to the actual office, it's all designed from scratch by me, and there's a purpose behind it. So I'm excited to kind of share and show you guys a lot more of these videos continue to come out. But yeah, with that, let me know what you think. How did my first sale go? You think I'll be able to sell some more stuff on my site, or is this about as good as it gets? But yeah, with that, thanks for watching, and build something amazing. See you guys in the next one.